It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Dallas, Texas, and 7 p.m. in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog the Scipio, joined by Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, on a very special, very interesting Wednesday night. Tonight, we're going to have a conversation, just you and me.
Mhm.
But before we do that, Amelia, how was
Yes.
your day today?
It was an interesting day. Woke up
Oh,
with a major headache, but it's gone.
what a day.
Yes, it
It
was an
was actually
interesting.
a fairly uneventful day.
You can say that.
Um, it was until about 20
Mhm.
minutes ago, 25
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Hmm.
Very interesting indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We had our guest last night.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful guest. What an amazing guy. Kevin Sorbo.
Hmm.
Hercules. Hercules was here. Kevin Sorbo. Great guy, great Christian, a great trumper.
Yes.
We love him here. He brought us some blessings last night, and
Yes.
apparently, the devil don't like the blessings.
Nope.
Let me, because people, Amelia,
Hmm.
they think I make shit up. Okay, they do. They really do. They think I make shit up. I'm not going to say anything. Just take your time and tell everybody what happened about 25 minutes ago.
Well, let's see. We were trying to get on the air, and all of a sudden, I heard you go, "What? Well, what's going on?" And then Anita's like, "What is that?" And all of a sudden, I heard a lot of buzzing sound on your end that I could not explain.
Sounded like a very loud buzz,
Yes.
a loud buzzing, and I jumped up from my seat real quick because I thought, here's just how odd shit is. Okay,
And recall.
when my washing machine
Uh,
is too heavy to spin,
mhm.
it makes a buzzing noise, a loud buzz. But there's one problem though. There's no wash in the washing machine tonight, and the lid is up and the machine is empty. There's nothing in it. So I'm walking toward my steps and it's getting louder. I'm louder and louder, and I'm wondering, where is this coming from? It's above my head, but I don't know where above my head, because you know how sound travels, right?
Right. Yes.
I look up and there it is. It's coming out of this gray box that says backup battery. Now, I'm going to give you a little heads up about my house. Um, Years ago, there was an illegal phone operation that ran out of my house.
Oh no.
It was run by a bunch of Arabs. I'm not sorry, folks, but that's what they were. They were Arabs
Mhm.
running an illegal phone scam business out of my house. So they had phone lines everywhere. The box that was buzzing was the power source for those phone lines. There was a battery inside it. I found out how to take that battery out just now because my hands are still burning from the
Mm.
battery acid.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, yeah, for real. For
Oh.
real. And I had to shut my breakers off. When I did, Amelia disappeared. Everything else disappeared. My computer went down and my internet took a shit. All hooked up to that little box there. Okay. All hooked up to that little tiny box. And it's got two switches on it, an on and off switch. But guess what? They weren't working. They weren't working. I had to figure out a way to shut this thing off. And I'm pushing my fingers and pushing, and it's not turning off. So I went and got a pen because a pen, Amelia, has
Hmm.
got
Yes.
this, it's real thin here.
Right.
And it can get into places where my little fat finger can't get. You froze up, Neil.
I'm here. I'm here.
You froze up for a
I'm
second.
still here.
Okay, because I still think the devil's pissed off at us tonight. To be honest,
Well, too bad because guess what I got right here? Holy Bible.
there you go.
Right here.
You better keep that thing close
I've,
too.
I've got my hands on it.
I got mine within arm's reach right here.
Well, you
If
know
I
what?
need
Then
it.
I'm gonna hold on to it with my lap right here
All right.
the
So
whole time.
here's what happened, folks. God's been real good to me and this show, and Leon's here. Yeah, Anton is. We were going to talk tonight about Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley and Satanism and what is Satanism, and we're not going to do that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk about how good God is and how wonderful Jesus is, and how if you don't believe that things are real, if you don't believe that shit can happen, it just did to me about 20 minutes ago,
Yep.
25 minutes ago.
And it's called What's the Buzz? And you found out what the buzz
And
was.
and it was the buzz, and I heard a lot. What was the? It said, "What's the buzz?" I heard the
Yes.
buzz.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
heard the buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, in the interest of full disclosure, Amelia, tell me, you please tell everyone. Am I lying?
No, you
How
are not.
many times? How many times? Tell them. How many times have we tried to do the show?
This is our third time trying to do the show.
This is the third time trying to do
Third
a
time.
show on Satanism.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we're not gonna
And the
stop
first
until
time the first time we tried, we had a priest here,
yes.
Pastor Steve. And the second time we tried was 2 weeks ago. And that lasted about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we ended up what I did is I destroyed the show. Okay. I took the show that we did that night. I erased it so that it was irretrievable. No one is going to get it back. Amelia, what are you looking at?
I'm right here with my Bible, just touching the Bible. Like, please.
Okay. It's not going anywhere, Amelia. Just put
No,
it on
it's
the
right here.
table.
Yeah. I'm just like, please just to help me with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So here's what else happened, folks. This is the third time, as Amelia said, we tried to do this show on Satanism. Well, either God doesn't want us to, because He knows what we'll do and what we'll say, or the devil doesn't want us to, because he knows what we'll do and what we'll say. Either way, I'm okay with not doing the show because I would rather err on the side of God than anything else, to be
yes.
honest with you. Now, I'm not perfect. Amelia's not perfect, and nobody in this household is perfect.
Not in my house either.
Nope. And we just every day is a different struggle and a different battle, and we try every day to do
Yep.
the best we can to get from point A to point B
Hmm.
without getting too much, in the weeds.
Yeah.
Except for my daughter, who's always in the weeds.
My house too. Don't forget. My house too. I'll admit that. I'm not gonna be afraid to admit it because that's the truth. But
Yeah. Well,
it,
is it legal in Florida?
not yet. But my son does have a license to carry his.
Oh, there
So
you go.
and he
Okay.
needs it. Trust me, because he has to have it. But I
Leon says, once I had a video baseball game that every time it happened to be 6-6, top of the sixth, that no shit. That sounds, you know what, Leon? I believe that
hmm
because this is time, the third time on a Wednesday
yeah,
that we tried to do. On the first time was on a Tuesday,
yeah.
but the second time on a Wednesday we tried to do the show.
And guess what? We had this is the third time we tried to do it. Third day of the week. And remember, Pastor Steve, third person. So it's a three, three, and a three. I don't know
Pastor
what it is.
Steve was so upset that night that he cried on the air.
Yeah, he did.
He
He
had
did.
tears running down his face. That's how upset he was.
Yeah.
That the devil call him by his name, Lucifer, whatever you
Mhm.
want to call him, um, was no good.
Yeah,
Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley are doing the devil's bidding these
yep.
days.
And they
If
don't
you
want
don't
us.
believe that, then you should have seen the show we did last night with Kevin Sorbo.
Yes, because
Okay.
he helped us reveal that there are only two genders, people.
Well,
Two.
he didn't have to help us reveal that. We already knew there's only
Yeah,
two genders.
but he helped
Here's the
us to
problem,
tell
though.
people.
Kevin Sorbo is one of many people
Yeah,
who have been blackballed
that's horrible.
by
Horrible.
Hollywood. Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Horrible.
Blackballed by Hollywood for being Christian.
Yeah.
We talked about Neil McDonough, Kevin Sorbo, Kirk Cameron, Candace Cameron Bure. We talked about Chuck Norris. Surprised me. Chuck
Yeah.
Norris.
That
We
was
talked about Rob Schneider, comedian Rob Schneider, who's a Christian man. And we talked about the number of people that are choosing to walk away from Hollywood to the point of starting their own film companies. Okay. Tom Hanks.
eh,
I think what you want of Tom Hanks. I don't care much for him. I
I
think
don't
he's an amazing actor, but as a human being, I don't like him.
know.
Talk about Tom Hanks. Talk about Mark Wahlberg. Another guy I'm not real crazy about.
No.
I don't like Mr. Wahlberg. I like his brothers and I like his family, but I don't care for him too terribly much. Good actor, yes, good actor. But I'm not not my kind of person.
No.
But I talk about people last night that had promising careers, who had real great careers in Hollywood, and they came out as being Christian, and all of a sudden their career went down the shitter.
Oh, absolutely.
Kevin Sorbo did not let that happen to him because Kevin Sorbo's got balls, and he took those balls and ran over everybody that tried to get in his way.
Yes, he did. He moved
Good
out of
for him.
California too to help him with his career, I think.
Yeah. So, Amelia, what do you want to do tonight?
We could just bullshit if you want.
Just bullshit. We're going to bullshit. This is Wednesday.
Yes.
This is our Wednesday bullshit. Actually, what we can talk about tonight is some schedule changes to the show.
Oh, yes. You were telling
we
me
had
about that.
announced that on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we are doing, we were going to do shows on Jesus, God, and who wrote the Bible.
Mhm.
But now that has been moved till July 8th, 9th, and 10th because the person that's joining us for those shows is going to be on vacation that week. And when he gets back, he'll be joining us on July 8th, 9th, and 10th, which happens to be my birthday. So I will be working on my birthday. Even though Amelia says no.
I normally tell him no because that's his day off.
I will be here. Now, so we are going to do on July 8th an interesting show called Who Really Wrote the Bible? Because there are a number of people who have interpretations these days of who wrote the Bible. Was it the Gospels? Were they really written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? Some people say no. Some people say they can prove that it was no. Leon's birthday today, 57.
Happy birthday.
Really, Leon? Why don't you tell me, you bastard? I would have bought you a fucking cake, prick. I like Leon.
Yeah, he's nice.
Leon is full of stories. He's like a good wrestling fan. You don't know what to believe with Leon because he likes to work people. Because if you listen to Leon, he's been at every major historical turning point, or his father's been involved in it. So Leon's a character. Anyway, um, but we are going to do on July 8th. Who really wrote the Bible? On July 9th, was Jesus a real person? Was he real? Or, like some people are trying to say, they're saying Jesus was a combination of several people back in that day, and that Jesus was created to tell a story, an example.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to find out. I happen to believe that Jesus was a real person. I happen to also believe that the Shroud of Turin is real. I believe that it happens to be the face of Jesus Christ on that shroud. That's my belief. You can have your own if you wish. If you can prove me wrong, you're invited to come on this show and prove me wrong. I welcome that. By the way, after this show tonight, I encourage everyone to go to our TikTok channel at What's the Buzz Popcast. I have a very special message tonight for everyone on TikTok. Amelia and I are going to talk to our TikTok exclusive followers tonight. And we're pushing 10,000 followers on TikTok. So, I mean, on 10,000 likes on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as many as Amelia does because she takes her clothes off on her channel.
I do not. You're not allowed to do that.
So,
well, women aren't supposed to do that anyway. Men
right.
can take off their shirts. Women aren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, I know you got all the naked cowboys on your TikTok. What that crazy! I can't watch. Folks, she's my co-host, but I had to block her on TikTok because every 5 seconds there's an Amelia video popping up. I had to block her. I did too.
I haven't done a duet in about a week or so. So.
Oh, a whole week?
Yeah.
Oh wow, a whole week. Holy
or 2.
goodness.
Actually, 2 weeks. Actually.
Leon says, I believe Jesus was a real person. He was human and not God. Well, Leon, that's where you and I disagree because I believe Jesus was absolutely divine. But again, you're entitled to believe that. If you can prove that, Leon, with scientific and biblical data, then I encourage you and welcome you to partake. In fact, that's what I want our TikTok audience to know. So we're going to talk to them tonight, Amelia. You and I are going to go on TikTok and we're going to talk to them. So this is a very different show for me, folks. I'm like really kind of taking this all in. I can't believe it. They say third time's a charm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially
this is the third time. I will tell you right now. And Lauren, I know you're listening. We will never again on this show broach the subject of Satanism on this program. Simple as that. We will never again talk about Satanism or Anton LaVey or Aleister Crowley or any of those people, call them what they are, non-believers. Here's the thing about, you got to understand the mind of some of these people, okay? They claim to be Satanists, but by the same token, they say that they're atheists. Well, you can't be a Satanist and be an atheist. You know why? Because Satan was real. Satan is real. And if you believe in Satan, you have to believe that the devil is real.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not a Satanist. You have to be a believer to be a Satanist. Stupid fuckers. Do you understand what I'm calling you out on this one? You're stupid motherfuckers. Satanists cannot, by definition, cannot be atheist. If there was a Satan, there was a God. How
Right.
do we know? God created Satan. Satan was a beautiful member of God's heavenly family. Lucifer was given that beautiful name, Lucifer. He was the music minister of heaven,
Mhm.
but he didn't want to be close to God. He wanted to be God. So God said, bend over. I'm kicking your ass the fuck out of here.
Right.
And he got booted out of heaven, straight to the depths of hell, where the name Satan stuck. How that name came about, I don't know. And I don't, quite frankly, I don't care.
Yeah.
But you're not an atheist if you're a Satanist. If you're an atheist, you're an atheist. You don't believe in anything. You don't believe in God, and you don't believe in Satan. You understand what I'm telling you guys?
Exactly.
You have to believe in God to believe in the devil. It's just that fucking simple. What part of that don't you get?
Exactly. Do your research.
Yeah, do some research. You got Google,
Yeah.
Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, any search engine you want. Hey,
Yeah.
do it the old-fashioned way. Pick up an encyclopedia if you have any left after they're done burning them all.
Exactly. Because they don't want you to look at anything like that.
Okay? If there's any libraries left after they're done fucking burning them all,
Mm-hmm.
folks, this is as real as it gets. It's the real deal shit, okay? This happened to us 3 times on this show. We come here every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and in syndication on Friday and Saturday. And we come to you 5 nights a week, folks.
Hmm.
Radio on demand and live. Okay? And we entertain you, and we educate you, and we enlighten you, and we bring you great guests, actors, and movie stars, and singers, and dancers, and funny people, and not so funny people, and politicians, and television writers, and I mean, you name it. We've had any number. We have so many celebrities that have been here.
Yes.
And then we've had people that have been here to just talk about what they do. Joe Cohn was here. Joe Cohn is a lawyer who was the chief advocate for the a group called FIRE, and that's a group that protects the First Amendment right to free speech.
Right.
Joe Cohn has been here a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, talking about what he does to protect free speech. We've had other people like Joe here. Kevin Schopel, who talks about psychics and the Bible. Yes, believe it or not, folks. They're not evil. Psychics are not evil. Because if they were, then the people back in the day that were called prophets, well, then guess what? Then they're evil too. How about that stuff?
Right.
How about that? Because today's psychics are modern day prophets, a real psychic. And let's be honest, there's plenty of bullshitters out there. We know because we've had 2 of them walk off of our show.
Right. You called them on it because you caught them.
Because I called them on it, and one I threw off the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And a couple of ghost hunters I threw the fuck off the show too.
You sure did.
If you're going to sit here and lie to my face, guess what? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Out. Get out the door.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
And you've educated people about human trafficking. We've talked to people about who escaped Alcatraz as well,
Yeah,
and we've talked to people about Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein.
sure. We've done a lot of shows on
Yes, we have.
Epstein. We'll probably do some more too, because that shit
Yes.
ain't done either.
No, it is not.
Mm. Every time you turn around, there's something else is happening with Jeffrey Epstein's
Yes.
case.
And
Always something going on.
and more people, we found out more celebrities who have attended his island before he supposedly died, and people that are still going to his island right now to this day that are still going to his island that
Now,
we found out.
here's an interesting thing that came out today that I found out.
Mhm.
Will Smith, you remember Will Smith?
Yes. Oh,
He
of course.
smacked
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, yeah. Mhm.
Chris Rock, right? At the Academy Award.
Yes.
There's a video of Will Smith and Puff Daddy
Mhm.
engaging in inappropriate behavior with some young. Kabish?
Mm.
Young. What's
Young.
Leon got to say? I have always been shocked by how CM Punk claims to be an atheist, but he's been on many paranormal shows. Atheists believe in nothing. Well, you're exactly right. Here's the problem, Leon. He believes his own PR that they've written for him.
Mhm.
You know, he believes his own bullshit. You got to remember something, Leon. It's a work, brother. It's all a work. The minute he goes on TV, he's getting paid to work. He's not Phil Brooks. He's CM Punk. When the camera stops, then he's Phil Brooks. Okay? I don't believe anything that he says or does because he's always working.
Yeah, he has to read the script and see what the script says and just like that. So
What? Say that again?
he has to do what the script says in order to get paid, and then after, like you said, the cameras are off.
Oh,
Then
absolutely,
yeah.
of course.
Have you
Yeah,
found
absolutely.
any more about the Elvis Presley Graceland? Have you heard anything more about that?
My understanding is that Graceland went up for sale today for
Oh,
foreclosure
okay.
sale. Yeah, it went up for sale for sure.
Oh my goodness.
My understanding is that they are fighting the sale in court legally. Riley Keough, Lisa Marie Presley's daughter, is the owner of Graceland. How they can do that when there's a legit owner is boggling my mind.
Exactly.
We believe here, so the story goes is that someone forged Lisa Marie Presley's signature on a $5 million loan, a
Wow.
loan against Graceland.
Wow.
Now, Graceland, if you don't know, isn't just a home. It's a series of buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That's a museum, essentially, is what it is. It's a
Mm-hmm.
museum. The house itself is just part of Graceland.
Mm-hmm.
That's the house called Graceland. But the property contains 11 buildings, many of which are museums. They hold gold records, statues, jumpsuits, trophies, awards from Elvis, Elvis's varied and long career. They also hold a great number of family keepsakes,
Right.
that are available to the public to see, like Lisa Marie Presley's crib and her baby clothes and stuff like that. But Graceland is worth between 400 million and 500 million dollars. If you think for one moment that Graceland is not going to fight a $5 million loan, oh, you better get ready for a fucking fight.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that absolutely. When I told Jeff about that, he was upset.
Graceland, people don't understand this.
Oh.
Graceland takes in between 150 and $300 million a year in sales, merchandise, tourism, hotel accommodations, people coming to Memphis to stay there. Elvis Week alone
Mhm.
nets almost $100 million because people fly in from all
Oh,
around the
yes.
world. You can't get a hotel room within 100 miles of Graceland during Elvis Week.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got to stay in a hotel in Arkansas
Mhm.
and take a bus to Graceland. They'll shuttle you over.
Yes.
Okay? People don't understand it
Mm.
because they don't fucking research
Yeah.
like we do.
Yeah. And I bet you it's already probably booked, like, in 3 months, it's gonna be, Elvis Week,
This,
and
this,
it's
I,
gonna
you
be
know what? While we're talking about
Mhm.
that, why don't you
And I
let's see here. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
yeah,
Let me see
because
something.
August is gonna be, like, August 6th and everything, so I'm pretty sure they're already booked already,
Graceland foreclosure.
and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be already booked, 3 months in way already 3 months in advance, and they're gonna already they're not gonna give them any money back, of course, and
Amelia,
Mhm.
what are you saying? I have no idea
I
what
said
you.
August, August the 6th, around the first week of August,
Oh
Graceland is,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure they're already booked, all the hotels, and they're already ready to get people ready for that week.
Oh, here you go.
Mhm.
Breaking news, folks. Here you go.
Mhm.
Tennessee Supreme Court rules Graceland Mansion cannot be foreclosed on.
Wow, great.
Wow, there will be no foreclosure. Graceland Mansion will continue to operate as it has for the last 42 years and cannot close. At least not for now, says the
Oh.
court. They're going to tie this up in court. What did we say? You said 3 months?
Yeah, well, August will be pretty soon before you
Guess
know it.
what?
Mhm.
They're going to close. They're going to go to court. Amelia, here's my prediction. They're going to go to court and fight this, and they're going to be in court, I would say, a minimum of a year.
Oh, absolutely, at least a year.
At least a year. How about that? Tennessee Supreme Court rules Graceland cannot be foreclosed. First of all, you got to understand something. Graceland is a historic site. It's on the National Registry of Historic Sites. There are 3 houses in America that are the most visited places on earth. Where do you think they are? And they're all houses, by the way.
Mhm. Well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Grand Ole Opry is on another one.
No,
No?
it's not a house, Amelia.
Oh,
House, house,
house.
house, house, house. People
Okay.
live in a house, house, house. People
Okay, you
don't live
tell
at the
me.
Opry. Well, some people, the bums outside live at the
Live at
Opry.
the Opry.
Yes, because they panhandle from everybody that goes
That's
in.
yeah. Well, I know the
Okay, so
state tax
we'll give the bums a half a break on that one. Okay,
half a break on that one, okay.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, you tell me.
No, I'm asking you. Who do you what 3 houses do you think are the most visited homes in the world?
In Tennessee or
No, I'll tell you. Forget it. Forget
okay.
it. Boy, you're slow. Oh my God.
Well, I know the White House is
And
one of
people want to know
them.
why I want to replace her. Jeez whiz. God.
Oh my goodness.
Other than she's a pain in my ass.
Well, I know
Okay.
the White House is one of them.
Thank you. Oh, you mean you pulled one out? Holy shit. The 3 most visited homes
Mhm.
in the world.
Mhm.
Number 1, the White House.
Yeah.
Number 2, Graceland. Number 3, Monticello,
Ah.
Thomas Jefferson's home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Monticello in Virginia. Yep. They get 150,000 visitors a year.
Wow.
Yep, sure do. In fact, if you have a nickel, Look on the back of a nickel. That's Monticello.
I thought it'd be George Washington's house if they would visit more.
Who?
George Washington's
George
house
Washington's. There's no. No.
or
There's
Lincoln or something.
no. Young lady. Oh, you don't know your history, do you?
Well, I knew that George. I know the
George
White House was his.
Washington's house was
Mhm,
in Philadelphia.
mhm.
The remnants of George Washington's house are still there. But guess where they are? You're going to laugh when I tell you.
Where?
They're underground.
What?
Yes, because over the hundreds and hundreds of years,
Mhm.
the surface got covered over with dirt and grass and dirt and grass. They
Wow.
excavated it, and guess what? They found. Can't make this up, folks. You can go see it in Philly.
Mhm.
It's all enclosed in glass. You have to look down into it.
Oh wow.
They found the original house where George Washington lived when he was president, and that's where he worked, the Philadelphia. The White House, basically Independence Hall was the White House for a little while until the actual White House was built.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I went to the White House when Reagan was president. When I
When
was in
who?
high school. When Reagan was president, I went to the White House.
When Reagan was president?
Mhm.
Ronald Reagan was a good president. Real
Yeah.
good guy. I met Bill Clinton the day after he became the presidential nominee. He was a creep then, and he's still a creep.
Oh yeah.
I met. God, how old was I? 10. I was 10 years old, and I met Richard Nixon one day. The next day, I met Hubert Humphrey, the vice president at the time. That was interesting because they both came to Philadelphia when I was living there. I was a little boy at the time. And, they go around shaking people's hands.
Oh yeah.
Richard Nixon patted me on the head.
I was this close of meeting Clinton, and I'm glad I didn't. And I was 21. I was so glad I did not.
Yeah, he would have molested you.
He probably would have. I was a size 3 back then. I was real skinny and I had long hair and everything. So I'm glad I did not
Just
meet
to
him.
show you how I had my night plan. Look at this, folks. Okay, I didn't make a cup of coffee. I made a pot. Okay. Think I'm kidding? Wait a minute. Look.
Yeah.
You think I'm kidding? Look.
Yeah.
I got 2 cups tonight.
Oh, really? I had my one right here, but I'm so glad that I did not meet Bill Clinton after I found out what he had done, that pervert. I am so glad that I never met him. But that's when
He
he
is a
was
perv. Absolutely.
going around to different places in Texas, doing his
I got to put my
presidential.
coffee pot back.
He was going around to Texas doing his presidential debate, trying to greet people and everything. And he was at a Midland, Texas hangar, there's a small planes just greeting people. So I was so glad that I meet him. I was like, oh, thank God.
Midland, Texas. You know who lives in Midland, Texas?
Bushes, yeah.
The Bushes.
Yep. He was going
Georgie
around
and his wife
doing a meet and greet, and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I was just so happy.
Oh, man. Well, folks, I got another fresh cup of coffee. Here's to you. We're going to stay for a little bit.
Right?
We're going to sit here and bullshit
Mm-hmm.
because I want to tell Satan one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Satan, I know you're watching. I know you're listening. I know you every night. I know you're here. Here's what I got to say to you. Fuck you, motherfucker.
And our
You
coffee's
ain't going to beat my God.
and the coffee's good to the last drop.
You are not going to beat my God.
Mm-mm.
And you ain't going to beat me, motherfucker.
Yep. And I'm not going to get replaced either.
I said to Kevin Sorbo last night, you and I are cut from the same cloth. Know why? Because I got balls the size of coconuts.
That's right. He
Fuck
was a great guest also, because he also told us what great, he was so happy to leave California to be where he is now, and he's so
They're all leaving
happy.
California.
They are. Even Sylvester
Mark
Stallone.
Wahlberg left California and moved to
Is it New Jersey?
No, he moved to oh God, where did he move? I think he moved to like Arizona, I believe somewhere like odd like that, like Arizona.
'Cause he's originally from New Jersey. I know his mom
Oh,
lived
they're
in New
from this
Jersey.
area.
Yeah.
They're from Massachusetts, actually,
Mhm,
but they lived here for a while.
mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think here. Mark Wahlberg.
Because
Um,
for some reason they're all moving to West Palm Beach because I know that's where
yeah,
Sylvester Stallone moved to as well. He found a
yeah.
home here,
Let's
and
see. I think he's in. Yeah. What did I say? Arizona?
yes, you said, huh?
No, he moved. Hold on a minute. Depends on who you listen to.
Yeah.
It depends on who you listen to, because some people are saying he lives in Illinois.
Mhm.
Some people are saying he lives in South Carolina. I don't see that happening. Does Mark Wahlberg live in Arizona?
Well, there was different places he was looking
Um,
at moving to, but
no. Here you go, Amelia. Guess where he moved?
where?
They're all saying it. They're all saying it. Here you go. This is the official site. He moved to Nevada,
Ah,
Reno, Nevada. He took his whole family and moved to Reno, Nevada. He sold his house in California.
hmm.
You know what's
I
funny? That it's easier to sell a multi-million-dollar house than it is to sell a house for 300,000.
oh wow. But you should see the houses out here that they're building that says 300,000 to 500,000. They don't even look like that much of a home for that price. It's ridiculous what they're doing here for
Yeah.
that price.
I am so happy to hear Kenneth Jarrett Singleton. Kenneth, I'm going to tell you something, brother. You joined us on an interesting night. We almost didn't do this show tonight. I'm going to tell you why. I'll repeat the story because I know you didn't hear it. This is the third time that we've attempted to do a show on Satanism. The
Yeah.
first time we had a priest with us, we got shut down. 2 weeks ago, we tried to do a show on Satanism about Anton LaVey and Aleister Crowley. We got 30 minutes, about 28 minutes into the show, and we had to shut down. Tonight, my alarm went off in my house. It's the first time it's ever done that in 10 listen to what I'm saying, Kenneth. 10 years. This thing never rang. I didn't even know I had an alarm here, but it buzzed so loud. Well, here you go. What's the buzz? There it was. There was the buzz. And I'm so happy to hear Kenneth say that this country suffers from an overabundance of Zionism. Here's the problem when you talk in terms of theology. They always use the term Jew and Gentile. If you're not a Jew, you're a Gentile. Okay? Like there's only two kinds of people in the world, Jews and everybody else. Okay? I got something to say to the Jews too. Did you listen? Listen close, folks. Okay? Did you hear that? I'll tell you again in case I said it softly, let me turn it up. All right? I got a problem with that
Yeah.
because there are more people doing good work, doing work for other people, and not asking to be recognized or favored or asking for special preferential treatment like the Zionists do. They want to be acknowledged for everything. Well, guess what, guys? You didn't create everything. You're not responsible for everything. The truth is, my people did most of the work. Northern Europeans, the Greek, the Italian, the Irish, the German.
Yes.
That's where all the hard work came from.
Yeah, and for the people that are listening on the radio, he flipped you the bird twice. Okay, that's what he did.
Absolutely. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll do it again. Number
Yep, there
three
you go.
times the charm.
Yep. And for the people that love strawberries, my people, the Mexican people, is the one that picked them for you. There you go.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And they do a hell of
Mexicans,
a job, Amelia, by the way.
yes, yeah. And
Um,
for the people that didn't know what I was holding up, it's the Holy Bible. That's what I was holding up for the people that are listening on the radio. That's what
Oh,
I was
here you
holding up.
go. Here you go. Leon's back. A few celebrities live in Danbury, Connecticut, about 30 miles from me. Of course they do, Leon. Of
Yep.
course they do. Why not? Why the
Right.
fuck not, Leon? God bless you. I
Right.
like Leon.
Mhm.
I pick on him, but I really do like the guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I have a few celebrities that live in my home state. Well, might as well say my home state here now, right? Or my Florida.
Well, yeah, you're not
Might as
going
well
back
say
to
that, right?
Texas. Texas don't want you.
They probably don't because I haven't been able to go back there. But
No,
I
the
found
governor of Texas told Rick DeSantis, she's your problem now. You keep her.
I don't like him anyway. So
You know,
anybody else want him, they could keep him. But I found out that Kevin Sorbo lived not too far from me. He lived in the same
3
city that I live
hours.
in. Yeah,
He's
3 hours. 3 hours, 29 minutes. But he also lived here in Wesley Chapel, where I live at. So I was surprised. I was like, really? You lived
Yeah,
in Wesley Chapel, same city as me. Couldn't believe
yeah.
that.
I'm glad you didn't run into him. He would have. Poor guy would have needed
You
therapy
never
by
know.
now.
I probably did. You never know.
No, that poor bastard would have needed therapy after meeting you. Are you kidding me?
But you
Oh
know
my
that
God.
I Dusty Rhodes used to go to the Kmart that I used to work at, and he didn't even
Do you
want
know who I used to run into all the time talking about Kmart and shopping?
Oh,
Funny. I used to run into King Kong Bundy all the time at the supermarket because he
really?
would do his grocery shopping
Mhm.
late at night so people wouldn't bother him. He would, because
Yeah, I
we
bet.
had a supermarket here that used to be open 24 hours
Mhm.
until they got robbed so much that they had to shut their hours down to like 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
11
that's what
o'clock like that.
Walmart was like that
But
too here. Mhm.
yeah, no, Bundy used to go grocery shopping at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So,
Mhm.
because people would recognize him.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy that big, 450 pounds, 6'8", 6'9".
Mhm.
He was a giant, man.
Oh yeah.
King Kong Bundy was a giant of a guy, but a sweet man.
Mhm.
He was a nice guy. He really was a sweet guy. Chris, his name was Chris Pally.
Mhm.
I know his brother. His brother's got a car lot here in Jersey. But the other guy you used to run into all the time was Jimmy Snooker.
Mhm.
Jimmy was another one. You would run into him everywhere at the drugstore.
Mhm.
You run into him at the supermarket. Um, at the fruit market. Because we have a outdoor like fruit
Oh yeah.
market here. Jimmy was always there. How you doing, brother? You know, like walking around. Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Everybody was brother. You know,
Mhm.
everybody was brother. Um, what's she saying now, Leon? Leon, you're killing me, Leon. I've been Washington headquarters. Of course you have. Of course you have, Leon. God bless you. Oh man, I got to do something for Leon. buy him. I got to buy him something like a card or some shit.
We have to get
No,
on like
wait a
some
minute.
sort of
I'm
card.
even with you, Leon, because I bought you a damn phone, you prick. Okay, I
We used
sent
to
you a phone.
I haven't seen him in a while, but we used to run into Jimmy Hart all the time here, all the time.
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy lives in
Mhm.
Florida.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while, but we used to run into him all the time.
You see him every now and then at Hulk Hogan's Beat Shop.
Mhm.
How far is that from you?
About 30 minutes to an hour, not too far. Yeah.
Do me a favor. Tell him I say
Mhm.
hi.
I sure will.
Well, you know what I want you to do? I'll tell you when we get off the air.
Okay.
I'll tell you when we get off the air. What was I going to say? What the fuck was I going to say? Holy shit. Oh well, listen. It's 7:59. We kill an hour tonight,
Mhm.
folks. It's sometimes Amelia and I just need the bitch. Okay.
Yes.
Sometimes we just need the bitch. Today was one of them days.
I know, right? Because it's funny how you wake up with a headache, and I was like, okay, today's the day I have to do a certain show, but we're still going to do it somehow or other. We're going to mention their names.
We'll push through it, man. We'll push
Yep.
through it.
And it was
All
an
right,
interesting
listen.
day all
On
around. But
behalf of Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman, I am Angelo, the mad dog, the saved mad dog. DeCipio, thank you,
Mhm.
God.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank
And
you,
I found the
Anita.
Bible. Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you, Anita, my wife. God bless that woman. Let me tell you, she's a
Mhm.
saint.
Mhm.
Got to be a saint married to my ass. Let me tell you.
And I'm not going anywhere, folks. So too bad.
Not that she knows.
Oh,
Not that
I'm
she knows.
not. Trust me. I got Anita on my side. Anita, are you listening?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. They tag team me. I'll tell you that story next week. The both of them tag teamed me like 2 days ago. I'll fix your ass. I'll get you. Go ahead, Smarty.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But as you know, Monday we will not have a show. It will be a rerun though, because it's Memorial Day. So happy
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
You will see the best of on Monday, and on radio you will hear the best of.
Yes.
So that's our Memorial Day show, the best of
Mhm.
What's the Buzz.
Yes.
And we'll see you Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
Until then, take care. God bless, and we'll see you next week, God willing, and the
Okay.
creek don't rise. Bye bye, folks.